Welcome to Liz and Liz Get Literary. My name is Liz.
And I'm also Liz.
Hello.
Hi.
It's
You
been a
know,
minute,
as always,
as
it has
always.
been a minute. Yeah. I think we're just like periodic podcasters now, you know?
Maybe once it's like when it's like winter and we're not doing everything all at once, every single minute, we'll get back to weekly. But, at least when we do meet up, we have things to talk about. And boy, do we have things to talk about.
I
this
know. Yeah, this is a necessary episode for many reasons. But I do like that when we get together, it's because we have a lot of tea now. Like,
we
I
have it.
always see you, but when we get together in this space, it's because we have a lot to say. And that's kind of cool.
We do. Yeah. A lot of things have happened. So, first, we've had the life of a showgirl, not quite a month yet, but we're gearing up for an entire month of the life of a showgirl.
I know.
And I'm still not tired of it. I'm still listening to it regularly, still finding like little verses that just I'm like, oh, what?
I know.
Yeah. And I will credit Life of the Showgirl because it has kind of made it so I'm not so chronically online.
Mm-hmm.
When The Life of a Showgirl came out, immediately after, to no one's surprise, the haters came out, and I told myself, "Just don't go online because you don't wanna see it," and it's kinda stuck. So,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
mean, we have to go through this every single time she releases something. It just hasn't really been quite like this before. At least not since Reputation, I don't think. With TTPD and Midnight and Folklore and Evermore, the criticism was all the same. Like, why won't she shut up? There's so many words. And I'm like, that's not an insult. But now we're getting back to the reputation criticisms and just people wanting to hate something because it feels good.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but even all the way up to TTPD, I wasn't like as online as I am now. Like I feel like I know specifically Evermore and Folklore and even Midnights. I wasn't even on TikTok at that point. With TTPD, I was, but not like I am now. And so a lot of the time the criticism I was getting was like off of Facebook or Instagram, which is even kind of muted there more so than like TikTok is muted.
It's more boomers.
Yeah. So I just felt like it was so loud
It
this
was as someone who's been on TikTok since 2020 and I had a TikTok when Folklore came out, this is the worst it's been since Reputation. It's not good. It's not fun right now to be, like, feeling bad for Taylor Swift, if that makes sense. Like, you're not bothering me because I think it's, like, amazing work, but I know you're bothering her, and that is kinda sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And it's a lot of them are hypocritical. It just so moral of the story is I said take some time away. And it wasn't even just the life of a showgirl. There are a lot of things going on right now that I was like it for my mental health and for the mental health of my family, I'm just going to take a break and it's kind of stuck and it's been kind of really nice. I don't want to be ignorant to everything going on, so I still get on to just check, but it's been nice to like today have a fall day with my family where all we did was just fall stuff and like have a day tomorrow with books and have all of this fun stuff happen and not feel like the world is collapsing around me. So,
Literally. I feel
literally.
the the internet is just, like, a taxing place.
Mhm.
In America is a taxing place, and as you were talking, I just thought to myself, do you know what the Reputation release and the Life of a Showgirl release have in common?
What?
The same president.
I don't believe in
That
coincidences.
and if that's not indicative of the times, if that's not the consequences of our own actions, I don't know. Not ours, but, the collective.
Yeah,
Definitely not ours, to be clear.
definitely. To be 100% clear, not ours.
So yeah, it's been a time, but before we stop talking about Life of a Showgirl, the people need to know, what are your top 3?
I
And
really feel like
you have an iconic top 3,
I can't commit because I'll say, like, okay,
and they'll
canceled
change.
canceled is my number 1. My number 2 and my number 3 are so hard because I feel like my number 2 is tied with Actually Romantic and Elizabeth Taylor. And then my number 3 is The Fate of Ophelia. And I didn't expect to like Canceled or Actually Romantic. I expected to like The Fate of Ophelia. I expected to like Elizabeth Taylor. But not as much as I do. Well, actually, like I expected them to be in my top 5 at least. Um, but I definitely did not expect to like my top Canceled and Actually Romantic. And at first, I think I've always liked Canceled, even from the first round.
I saw the
It did
light in your eyes at midnight.
but Actually Romantic has really grown on me, and I do have a hard take when we get talking about the songs, but what are your top 3?
Well, I can't wait for that. I feel like when someone asks me next year, it's gonna be different, or, like, next week maybe, but for about 2-ish days, it's been the same, which is the longest, I can say. My number 1, I believe, is Honey,
It's so good. It's
and
so good.
people are not fathoming Honey in the way that they need to be What do you mean, "Take me to the floor, give me more," and also, what do you mean, "Who's the baddest in the land?" Like, I don't know, that's, like, the most Taylor Swift in 2025 thing that I could possibly imagine. I don't know. So that's my number 1, and what once was my number 11 is now my number 2, "Ruin the Friendship." It's so good, I love it, and my number 3 is Elizabeth Taylor, because that song has crack in it.
It is like it has to have crack in it. Like I don't understand. Like listen, the minute I'm just like,
Because what do you actually mean, "Be my NY when Hollywood hates me"? Like, what do you mean? Every lyric in
"Cry
that
my
song
eyes violet."
is criminal offense.
Truly.
It's true, and I
Truly.
know you have heard me say this a million times, but the people need to hear it. If she ever does a restock of those CDs, you have to buy the Elizabeth Taylor Cabaret CD, everyone, because we did, and the Cabaret version of Elizabeth Taylor is in my top 10 Taylor Swift songs of all time.
I did buy one. Did it come to
Yeah.
you?
Yes, it's coming to you tomorrow. And guess what? That version is track 13. So it was meant to be.
Okay, that
Exactly.
just made my whole life. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow you'll be listening to it.
So I right now, which it'll probably change. The only reason I'm not loving Ruin the Friendship, I think, is because I'm not connecting well with it because I hated high school and I don't want to think about it anymore. And that is, but I still, even saying that, like, here is the thing with us even saying these top whatever, because that was my hard take was like because I know you love Ruin the Friendship and I think that's the only reason I'm not connecting well with it. But even saying that, like I have no qualms with any songs on this album. Like there none of them are a skip. None of them are like, oh my gosh, like I'm just not a fan. And I really guess when I think hard on it, there's not a lot of songs, period, that I feel like that by Taylor. But like specifically this album, I'm not like skip. Oops. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard because I'm like, if I had like it's lower on my list just because I don't want to think about second period.
Exactly,
You know what I
exactly,
mean?
and that makes a lot of sense. That makes yeah. Yeah, and I feel like we all kind of have something like that. Like, in my actual high school in that building, I did not have a good time, but in all my circles and all my extracurriculars outside of that building, high school was, like, really nice for me, but I understand that it wasn't for, like, a lot of people.
Yeah, it
So,
was. I had a time. I had a time.
we know.
Yeah. but I just haven't I have not had the insane connection. Like, even Wishlist, I feel very connected to.
Mhm,
Honey, I feel very connected to.
mhm,
Opalite even. Opalite, I feel is like, the poppiest on the album almost,
mhm. It's the
and I
meat.
yes, yes, and I'm still like, I'm doing
Yeah,
this
I
this
think it's
Soulja Boy.
so cute. It is
It's
so cute.
so good.
It is so good. Yeah, I think time will go on. Just like people were so terrible about folklore and I was fighting for my life for like a month with everyone I knew in my real life that wasn't a Swiftie, they will all come around. It's gonna be great. And the last thing I wanted to fathom that you just brought up is wish list. We all kind of like were like, "Oh, that's so cute" at our midnight listening party, but no one claimed it. It was,
No.
like, in the middle of everyone's rankings, and it's still, like, in the middle for me, but it has really risen up. I think that Bridge is superior.
I think because when I am on TikTok, people have been using it so much that it's just I'm like, "A wish list, I just want," it's just
Yeah, yeah,
and they've been doing that with that one. Wood is on there a lot, Honey is on there a lot, and that really starts, like, you, like, just really, thinking it
yeah.
through.
This is an album that we can all, like, stim to.
Yes, I do all the time.
At all times, we're all just like, "Oh, that's so good." We're all just, like, doing some random vocal stim from the album. And mine recently, like today, I've been doing the bridge of Wishlist, like, "Wish on all up." I'm just like, it's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's so good, and I mean, so I distinct like, remember when Folklore and Evermore came out, I don't think I was quite postpartum yet, but when I was listening to it, I was postpartum, and I remember all the discourse about it, and I just remember, like, sitting up at 2 a.m. pumping and listening and being like, "This is her best work she's ever done." I think the first 3 days, I literally said to you on a FaceTime, I was like, they haven't even listened to it yet. I think I read somewhere, maybe you told me, that the first critical review of it came out at, like, 12:24, so there's no way they could even have listened to the whole thing before they were immediately writing a critique, and
Mhm.
that's just, like, I feel like we fight for our life in the book world. I feel like we fight for our life as Swifties. I feel like we fight for our life as women, and I'm like, "I'm tired."
I'm literally so tired, but like I said, there's something in common with this release and the last time we were seriously fighting for our lives, and I don't know if I feel like that's a coincidence because the people who, like, are so negative right now because they are so down and out, they have to find something to pick at, they're
Mhm,
doing it, and
mhm.
the people who feel very emboldened by our current state are even louder than they've ever been before. So I think it was just a lose-lose, but it's a great day to be a Swiftie.
I'm loving the album. I'm loving everything about it. I think I'm having some of the best. First of all, this was my first release that I got to actually do a release party with you guys. I was around during TTPD, but I wasn't like super around with like the core group. And I have to tell you that that experience is probably going to be a core memory. Like, it was just so amazing to like just sit and listen with you guys, and like just the energy of the room. Like, I think I was around for, was it Midnights too? I don't know.
We had either just met at midnight no, nope, no. I didn't meet you until
It was TTPD. When did
it
you
was
text
yeah.
me and say she dropped an extra album and I couldn't find it? TTP, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
you woke up in the middle of the night because your senses were tingling, and I was like, "We're listening to that second album," and you're like, "The what?"
And you were like, "The anthology," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah. The same
Yeah.
thing though with Midnights. I did not never again will I not take PTO on a Taylor release because now she clowns in the middle of the night. And after Midnights, it was like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. She was like, "Guess what? There's a 3 a.m. edition, 8 more songs." And I was like, "Girl."
I was very lucky with that one because I slept, and then when I woke up, all of the albums were out. So I was very lucky both with that and TTPD, because I woke up and you were like, "Here's the TTPD update," and, we went through it. So, and I really wanted the death of a showgirl, but maybe that's coming, and, like, we never know, but it was nice to have the 12, and be able to celebrate them, and I can tell she poured a lot of herself into this novel, into this album, and I'm having a great time.
Yeah, it's deeply personal, and that's what I think a lot of people are missing because it sounds like, you know, bubblegum, but it still has, like, the substance of, like, Midnights and stuff, and so I hope that as we all continue on, the people will accept it because it's phenomenal.
Yes, agreed. All right, let's pivot. What are you currently reading right now?
I am currently reading, I'm about to finish it, The Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. That is our book for the BRBT book club right now. And I am about to start Direbound, which is our romance fantasy book club. Mm, and then I think I'm gonna, like, go out of complete left field and read Love is a War Song by Danica Neva. Someone in BRBT said that it felt like You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift and, like, the Hannah Montana movie, and I was like, "Hello?" But it's, like, indigenous, and the author's indigenous, and it has insane reviews, and Lila Sage blurbed it, so I'll be there. So, I think I need another romance. I think Soul Searching and Good Spirits were so good that I need something else like that. So, that's the plan. What about you?
I finished Magical Innkeeping earlier today. I am finally diving into, I don't know if you can see it. The sixth of the Dungeon Crawler Carl, the Eye of the Bedlam Bride.
She's thick.
She is so thick. I was very excited because I opened it and Princess Donut has a newsletter now and she recapped all of the books for like the last two books.
What?
Wait, I have to tell you this. So she has a Princess Posse fan club newsletter.
Not surprising. After everything I read in book 1, I knew something like this was coming, so this is great.
She literally said, "This is the only official fan club. I heard rumors of another group called Donut Holes. And while I appreciate the enthusiasm, no, I love it." So I started that.
She
I am
didn't
on.
stutter.
She does not. Does she ever? No.
No.
One thing that Princess Donut is gonna do is stand on everything with her whole tail. Blah 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 blah.
I was gonna say 10 toes down, but I guess 10 paws down.
10 paws, yeah.
10 beans down.
Yeah, so I'm starting that tonight because I only have one book club book left that I have to finish, and that is The
Mhm.
Possession of Alma Diaz, which I accidentally left with your husband.
Yes, I'm
So
looking at it right now. Well, the
yeah.
bag that it's in.
So I will be getting that back tomorrow. So I'm going to toggle between the two of them. But then once I'm done with Alba Diaz, which I do think is going to be a quicker read, I might as well just knock it out. I am focusing on Bedlam Bride.
Yay!
Yes, I'm so excited. So we both have read the first of the Magical and Keeping, the very
The
irregular.
very Yeah, The Secret Society of Very
Regular.
Irregular Witches. Yes, I
Yeah.
always do that cover or that title wrong.
Yes, and we both really loved that book. I
Yeah.
loved it, like 10 stars. And
Mhm.
we both felt kind of let down by Magical Innkeeping. And I will say that I do feel that this is a very cozy book. Like, I feel like it's a no stakes, cozy, magical read, but I was bored.
Yes, and I was thinking about this earlier while we were talking about it with some girls from book club. And I think, like, what is making me bored is not that it's cozy, which may be why it's making you bored because you don't like them as much as I do, but, like, Enchanted Tea Room or Greenhouse or whatever, and, like, Legends and Lattes, like, that kinda stuff, like, I do enjoy those. I think what's different about Magical Innkeeping is it doesn't have enough of the fantasy, enough of the witch stuff to keep me as entertained. Like in books like The Spell Shop, there is so much to look at. There is so much being described. There's a million creatures running around and tonics and other magical beings, there's always something to see. And
Mhm.
I really feel like we're just kind of turning around in circles in magical and keeping like slow circles. Look how cute it is. And that's it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Even in the first one, we got, like, magical teaching and, like, magical tea and, like, her catching stardust, and I completely agree. It's a lot of, "I'm grumpy, and I'm this," and
And
yeah,
I'm sunshine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I gave it a 3.754 out of 5 because I did appreciate I mean, the writing is still really good.
Yes. And yeah, to be clear, I don't even know if it's her fault. This could be you just really have to be in the mood for a cozy Hallmark movie. This might be an us problem,
Mhm.
possibly.
I mean, I'm glad I read it, I guess
Yeah,
is what I'm getting at, but
it
I
is
was
cute.
a little disappointed. I will say that. Um,
Yeah.
so going to now Bedlam Bride and the Possession of Alba Diaz will be very nicely, and then for you to go into your new books are that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm literally currently and figuratively alchemized has just been looming over my head.
Mhm, mhm. Gosh.
It's
Gosh, we
just
can
always
finally talk about it.
I love that it's behind me. It's just always top of mind, you know? It's just
We
I
knew.
literally I can't stop thinking about it. And that's how I was with Manacled the first time I read it. I don't think I read another book after I read Manacled for the first time for like 6 months.
Dang, it really puts you in a slump.
And so I knew this was gonna happen. I told you. I said, "I'm scared that when I finish this, I'm gonna stop reading and you're gonna have to replace me. You're gonna have to find someone else named Elizabeth." But it was kind of happening. I DNF'd what, like 3 books in a row, and then I had to reread some things. I really had to, like, voodoo myself to want to read again because it's just that perfect and dense.
I am so excited to do a reread because I just am so excited to revisit it knowing what I know. Like I think like every single time I've reread Manacled, I've found something new and I know there'll be infinite amount of times I've read Alchemized and I'm still like, what? It's almost like a Taylor Swift album where it's like each time you listen, you find something new. And I
Yeah,
don't know
something new to
when I'm gonna
learn.
do my reread of Alchemized because it's gonna have to be a very deliberate reread.
Mhm.
But I want it to be in the next 6 months for sure. Like, I'm letting it settle, and
Yeah.
then I wanna go back.
I think mine's gonna have to be Manacled and be once a year.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And if not once a year, the last 200 pages once a year.
Yes, and let's
Mhm.
talk Alchemized very quickly because we can. It's been out about a month here, right? Month? Yeah.
Yep,
Literally a
4
month and a
days.
few days. We won't give any big spoilers or anything. I actually am a little surprised because I really had prepped and prepared myself for people to have a lot more qualms than I feel like we've really had to fight for our lives with. I don't know about you might be a little bit different, but for me, I haven't had to defend the book in a crazy amount of way like I thought I was going to have to. I thought I was going to have a lot more people saying like I DNF because of the length, I DNF because of the lore, the magic, and I've heard it a couple of times, but not near the amount that I thought. And that makes me really happy. I think because I'm already fighting for my life for Taylor, I really didn't want to fight for my life with Alchemized. Um, but we also got to go and listen to Sinlin Yu speak, and they were amazing and
Incredible.
incredible. And it really, really added a lot of depth to the book, which
Mhm,
already has a crazy amount of depth.
mhm. Yeah, I didn't think we could go any deeper. Somehow we hit the ocean floor, I think. I don't even know. It was really good. They are so well spoken and so kind, and you can just like feel how grounded and humble they are and like very aware of what has occurred and what is occurring and what needed to happen. And I feel it was executed absolutely perfectly. I have 0 notes. I have 0 qualms. I have seen some really terrible reviews, but that is because I went looking for them.
Mhm.
So, like, people I know and people I trust and, like, the creators that I trust, no notes. They're all being very kind. But there are some corners on the internet that, of course, people lose their marbles about.
Well, there were already people giving it 1 stars before it was even out because they think it's a Harry Potter fan fiction, and it's not.
Yeah. And also, there was a pretty famous author that had an actual public breakdown about it. So, yeah, I think Emily Rath's readers are probably not well, but good thing I never was one. I tried one of those hockey books and I got scared.
And the breakdown happened without you even reading the book. So, to me, that's an issue. Like, we have friends who did not read the fan fiction Manacled,
Mhm,
who just read Alchemized,
mhm,
and they have said with their whole chest that there is nothing that pulled them back into HP
mhm,
land.
mhm.
And I just feel like if that author took the time to read the book, she would see that Senlin Yu took the time to get the copyright out of there and completely change the novel, and in fact is not doing the things you think they are doing.
Well, that would consider her to be, able to step into someone else's shoes. I don't. This is not her first crash out. This will not be their last crash out. This was just finally the time that I had to say block because she came for Taylor Swift, Julie Soto, Sen Lin Yu, and like a bunch of my favorite authors in one rant. And I was like, this is it. This is it. I can't rage bait myself with you anymore. It's time for us to go our separate ways because you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. 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 When you sent that to me, I was just like,
It was actually ill. Like, I was ill because what do you mean you had so much potential, so smart? You could have been great. You could have been great. You were doing wonderful things writing cute little gay hockey romances. I don't I, you lost the plot. I hope you find it again, but I will not be observing that. So,
yeah. Yeah. Get
but other than that, the reaction, like you said, like surprisingly positive. And we even have friends who like in their past lives were Harry Potter obsessed, didn't read the previous work, read Alchemized, and couldn't even find HP.
no. And honestly, in my opinion, if you had read the previous works, it kind of hindered you a little bit because you're trying to connect the characters and there's no connections to be had because they're completely different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it is its own entity.
Mhm.
I'm abundantly and very weirdly so proud of Senlin Yu because, like we said this with Rose and Change, which I actually loved just as much too, that we were nervous that could you create something as good as the auction as Manacled? And I think that both Rose and Chains, in my opinion, and Alchemized are better than the original. That's my opinion. I know not everybody's gonna have the same, which is completely fine. I don't want you to, but like I felt like I cannot wait for the next Rose and Chains book. I
I
can't
can't I can't believe that we get 2 more of those.
yeah. And I also am glad that Sunlin Yu did not break Alchemized up to where we were waiting for more, not coming at Julie Soto and at all. But just I'm glad.
No, I just don't wanna do that twice
No.
at the same time.
Yeah. With the same situation. Yeah,
Yeah,
didn't want to do that.
that
So
would have been rough. That would have been rough, but I think it's safe to say that Alchemized is both of our number 1 books of the year. Is that correct? For now, probably forever. And if you've been nervous, if you're unsure, just do it. Just do it. I think it was easier to read than When the Moon Hatched. I
and
think
I'm
I
about
think
to do a reread, so I'll let you know.
yeah, and I think it was palatable if you are in the mindset where you are available to ingest knowledge.
Mhm. And to
If
understand
you're ready to
the way the
learn,
book
you
is
got
set
it.
up. Yeah.
Yes.
You have to understand the way the book is set up. So if you are listening to this and you want to know, Alchemized is set up into 3 parts. The first is the current situation, then you go to the before, and then you go to the post before, which is back to the present, but it doesn't feel that way. I don't know. You have to understand that during the entire first part, you are just confused because your narrator, Helena, is confused and you are seeing everything through her perspective. So you are also going to be confused. So just be mindful of that. There's world building that takes place, there's magic lore that takes place that you have to see through her eyes, and it's very confusing until it's not. And I'm not going to tell you what happens to make it not, but it does not stay confusing for long. We highly encourage if you are a high fantasy reader to read Alchemized.
Mhm. Yeah. 100%. 100%. I know it seems very intimidating, and it is intimidating. Anyone is smart enough to read this book. We were asked multiple times, "Am I smart enough to read this? Can I do this?" Yes, the answer is yes. If you're in a place where you can learn, you got it. It's a beautiful, terrible, scary, incredible time.
Yes, agreed. Agreed.
I
I mean, if
there are
I
no no.
could read it, anybody can read it. So
I could read it, anybody could read it. Anyone can read it. That's the tea.
that's the tea.
That's the tea.
So I to pivot again,
We have a
also
lot to go over. Yeah, so we're getting these little mini snapshots.
yes. So to pivot again, I wanted to ask you, the big thing going on right now online is the 10 before the end. Do you
Yes.
know loosely what your ten books you absolutely want to read before the end of the year are?
I at least know most of them.
Okay.
I need to read King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby deeply. I need to read Dungeon Crawler Carl too because I miss it. It was really good. I was just busy, but now I'm available. I really want to read Adrienne Young's Fallen City, Stephanie Garber's Alchemy of Secrets, even though I do think I'm gonna be a little disappointed. I just need to know. The Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb.
Mhm.
I need to get back into that series for sure. I'm gonna do I don't know if a reread counts, but I'm gonna reread Good Spirits
Mhm.
by B.K. Morrison. Oh, I'm gonna read Wuthering Heights again. Do rereads count?
I think there are 10 books you absolutely want to get done before the end of the year. So yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, then that's. And then I really want to read. I picked up a new book by Claire Leslie Hall. She wrote Broken Country called Pictures of Him. And it sounds just as emotionally devastating as Broken Country, and I need to know about it. So, those are all the ones that I know, like, for absolute certainty that I will be reading apart from book club books.
Mhm.
Those are my answers. What about you?
I would like to get to The Inevitable Ruin, which is the last Dungeon Crawler Carl book that is out right now. I don't know if it's the last of the series, but like that is the last one that's out. So I would really like to finish that series by the end of the year. I would like to read Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross because I love Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows so much. So I would like to get back into that world. Stone by Callie Hart is
My God. Me
I
too.
don't even know what I will be reading at that point in time, but no, it will be put down for Brimstone. So I would like to ideally have a lot of our book club books done by then. I would like to get through Silver Cloak, which I have been told is HP meets the Mafia. So I would like to read that. I also would
Mhm.
like to read King of Ashes as well. I think that's 5, so that's 5. I would like to get my reread of When the Moon Hatched done.
Mhm.
So I do have a couple rereads too. So When the Moon Hatched would be definitely one of them. I also would really love to reread Shield of Sparrows if I have
Oh my
the chance.
God. So good.
So good. Would like to read Girl Dinner by Olivia Blake. That would be one that I would really like to get done. And Good Spirits will also be a reread for me. That is one. And what's a good last one that I would really, really like to do?
If you're counting book clubs, you also have the Once and Future Me,
And Direbound,
Direbound.
which I'm excited to read. People Watching.
Oh my God. I can't wait for you to read that book.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I have pretty much 10 right there. I mean, I know I'm
Mhm.
gonna get to most of them. I'm so excited for December because I don't have as many book clubs, so I do have time to read whatever I want. So, but the
Yes.
problem is like The Inevitable Ruin is just as big as this.
If not bigger.
Right. And I think Brimstone is also very
Thick.
differently sized. Yes. Not sure exactly how many pages that is.
Did you see? Did you see? Kelly Hart was somewhere. I don't know what she was doing. And she said that Kingfisher has like a decent chunk of the POV of Brimstone.
Did I tell you? I didn't tell you this, that I recently listened to his POVs.
Well, I know we listened to the one portion together, but
There's so much lore in the POVs that I was not expecting that added to Quicksilver. And I was mad at myself that it took me so long to listen to. So now I'm excited for his POVs. Okay.
yes.
So when we got Edward Cullen's POV, I'm going to trauma drop you.
Not the Midnight Sun. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It ruined Edward for me
Yeah.
because the narrative I had in my head of how he narrated in his head was so different. And I left Midnight Sun being like, did he even really like Bella?
No, I know.
It made
I
me
know. I
nervous.
hate it when this happens. I hate it when this happens. Even like we've discussed at length with Silver Flames, once we see Reese without rose-colored glasses, like his regular everyday personality, he sucks.
Yeah, he was not great at all.
Red flag after red flag.
I was literally thinking about this today because I was thinking about the shield Bella, Feyre had, and I'm like, how is that different than Tamlin? So getting their POVs kind of scares me, which is why I think I was like, I'm not interested in Kingfishers. Like, I do not
Mm,
want it to be ruined. But I was wrong. I was wrong. There's a scene with the gods. There's a scene with his men, and I am even more excited for Brimstone.
same.
I know what I'm gonna do unless I pre-ordered a version from a different store than I normally do. But I know that if I don't get that the day it comes out, I'm gonna buy another version, so I can start it until that other version comes. The other thing I was thinking about is I was talking with a coworker of mine, and she thinks that the next book will be Salt.
Mhm.
And she didn't like that, and I actually have really grown to like it a lot. Like, I don't
I
think
think it's
it's
cool.
that. Yeah, I'm like, I don't think if Callie Hart does a good job of building it up, it will be just as good of a book.
Right, I agree. People need to people need to start trusting their authors just a little. I know it's hard because they keep letting us down, but this is one where I think we would be okay. I think.
Speaking of that, do you know who did not let me down? Demi Winters and Dawn of the North. You guys, I will not have Dawn in the North in my top 10 books of the year because it does not come out till next year.
Yes,
However, it will be in my top 10 books of next year, if not the top 5. It is
I
so
believe it.
incredibly good. I If you have not read The Road of Bones, Kingdom of Claw, Roots of Darkness, you have got to read them. Everybody is sleeping on Demi. We are not
It's true.
sleeping on Demi.
No,
I don't know what this woman does in her writing, but it has cracked me.
she's incredible. Her pacing and her attention to detail without overwhelming her reader. That's a magical talent that not a lot of fantasy authors have.
Yeah, no,
You usually can't have all three. The pacing with all the details without being so wordy that you just wanna it's she's perfect.
she is literal perfection. I finished I finished Dawn of the North and I was crying. And
Surprise.
I'm so I can't wait for everybody to read that as well. That comes out in February. February is a big month of releases.
It
We've got
is.
Dawn of the North, we've got And Now Back to You from BK Borison. I feel like I'm missing a ton, but there's so much
There's a
coming.
bunch, yeah.
I am a little bummed that The Ballad of Fallen Dragons, which is the next When the Moon Hatch, doesn't come out now till April. However, I think I've said this before. I would rather you delay the release if the book is not ready than put a book that's not ready out and we can tell it's not ready.
Mhm. I fully agree.
So, I just I was thinking on my drive home today how lucky we are to live right now in the book world and have such amazing books being released that we are conscious of and know is happening.
There are just so many authors and musicians I'm just, like, so lucky to have around and, like, friends and, like, alive at the same time as you and my husband, and I'm just sometimes life is worth living, you know?
Yeah, especially if you just stay off social media. So, is are there any other goals that you have before the end of the year that you wanna hit at all? Are you how close
No,
are you to finishing your challenge?
like 5 books,
Okay.
so that'll be fine. I hit it in September last year, so I'm kind of being mean to myself about that. I feel like I'm slowing down, but I think that's partially due to Alchemized and partially due to moving and
And your social life?
just yeah, a lot. So I need to be nicer to myself. No, I think I'm good. I think maybe, like, being more intentional with, like, planning out what I'm gonna read in advance might be helpful next year. Just because sometimes, like, being in 6 book clubs is hard.
Mhm,
Like, this month, I didn't even get to the mystery thriller books
mhm,
because there was just a lot going on.
mhm.
And so maybe, yeah, next year, kinda, like, reanalyzing how I get all that accomplished, but it's been a great year
Yes.
for
Yeah,
a few things.
like, maybe, like
I'm like, "Wait, I don't want strangers to think I'm having a good time."
I'm not having the best time, but there are pockets of my life right now that I am having the best, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like
With music and with books and with my friends and my family, I'm feeling very blessed.
mhm,
Everything outside of that bubble, shit show, but we're here
we're here.
and we're thriving.
We are thriving. There have been a couple moments where I didn't feel very thrived.
Same.
I mean, I think but, even the reason I'm so lucky because I'm so tired physically because I'm doing so many things that I love, right? I'm not just sitting around, I'm moving,
Mhm.
and I that's why I'm tired. I'm tired of because I'm so happy, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, there's always events going on and we're always together. Someone's always together and it's great.
Yeah. I think next year, one of the things that I'm going to be very conscious about doing is reading a book that is not a book club book with a book club book so that I have both. I've been
Mm,
doing that the past couple of months and it's really made me feel better because I was getting to the point where I felt like book club books were becoming chores and I didn't want that because they're books I want to read. So there's no reason why I need to feel that. So I started to pair them with books that I wanted to read that were not a book club book, if possible. Sometimes I have to read 2 book club books, but, like, if I didn't have to, I read a book outside of that that I wanted to read, and that seemed to really help me get out of that mindset of, like, this is a chore. Like, I'm really looking forward to picking up The Possession of Alba Diaz again tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to reading The Mad Wife. I'm really looking
mhm.
forward to reading a lot of our book club books next month, but I'm going to be reading books alongside that I want to read as well.
Yeah, so it doesn't start to feel like homework.
Yeah.
Totally.
I don't know how far I am from my challenge. I know I'm gonna hit my challenge. I did this thing where every time I got like 16 books ahead of schedule, I upped my number and I finally finished that. I stopped at 180 books for the year. So I currently have 19 books left that I need to read for the year.
Nice. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I'll hit that mid-December, I think, probably, pending how next month goes, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Last year, I didn't finish my goal of 150 until, like, almost the 2nd to last week of December, so I am doing well, but I think I have to be, so
Yeah.
I didn't have as many book clubs last year.
That's true. That
Yeah.
is true.
Yeah. So, and I do have to say, if any of our book club people are listening, you guys have enriched our lives so much. Being able to have you and our community and give back to the community, and it's just made us better in so many ways, together, separately, emotionally, and all of that. So, just thank you to anybody in the book community that we know, because all of your words mean so much. Because when I am tired and I am feeling like, do I find joy anymore? You guys make me say yes. I
Do I find joy? That was funny.
did I
Because,
find
yeah,
joy? Yeah, I mean, because there have been times very recently where I've questioned that. Question, am I still finding joy in doing this? And one, I think I just needed to take a nap. And two, maybe eat some food.
get a Coke Zero.
Yeah, a nice like crispy Coke Zero and maybe some salty French fries, because I do find so much joy.
Mhm,
And I just think that it's easy to get sucked out of it when it feels like everything else is burning.
mhm,
So, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. I don't feel like I say it enough in person. I don't feel like I give enough attention to everyone in person, but every single person in my life related to books is important to me, and I love them. And I wish I felt that I gave you guys enough, but I don't think I ever could ever feel that way.
Well, yeah, because there's, like, a million people, first of all, at, like, a million book clubs. There's no way that
Yeah.
we could, but you are doing more than enough by
We can
just
still say thank you.
reading. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
We can still say thank you. And we're gonna do you have anything else that you want to talk about? Anything in particular?
We've covered so much. I feel like we need to do, if the people want it, you guys let us know, a full Alchemized episode.
We
Maybe,
will give
like,
you guys longer than a month to read
I
it
was
because
gonna say,
we
maybe, like,
understand.
maybe the end of November, like, everyone's had plenty of time,
Yes.
you know? And other than that, like, no, I think it's funny because we haven't done this in so long, but, like, I see you in person more than ever, which is amazing,
Mhm.
and it's, like, the best thing ever, but it feels weird to get on a recording and say, "It's been so long." I'm like, "I saw you yesterday." But yeah, like, to sit down and have an hour of time is rare for both of us these days at the same time, at the same place. So it's just great to be back. I'm happy to be back.
At this, why don't you give 5 book recs and I'll give 5 book recs. That way we can finish off with here's what we want you guys to read. What would you say? I'll go how about I go first?
Yeah, I'll be thinking about it.
I want you guys to pick up Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I want you
I
guys
knew
to
you
read
were gonna
this.
say that.
Yeah, especially because it's about to get cold, you're gonna be stuck inside. This perfect little series that I'm not gonna say it's little. This is the perfect series for you guys to pick up and read because it will take you on an adventure and you'll forget it's cold outside if you don't like the cold. The second one I'm going to recommend to you is the Resistance of Witches by Morgan Ryan. This is World War II Nazi Germany with witches. The witches have a sacred book that they don't want to fall in the hands of the Nazis. And one witch in particular, with the help of some friends, is trying to keep this from happening. It is well written. The main storyline, I feel, is about mothers and daughters and friendship, but there's a little bit of everything in there for you guys. If you're a historical fiction person in general, that is such a good book to read. Additionally, if you are a historical fiction person, The Stolen Queen by Fiona Davis. I recently read this. This is Egyptian lore and follows the mother daughter woman friendship line as well. There are some triggers, child loss, things like that, that I think you guys need to just make sure before you read that. But it was also, Liz called me as I was finishing it, and I knew she wasn't going to read it anytime soon. So I could tell her and she'd either forget or whatever. And I was like, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. And she's just like, I just wanted to know if you wanted a Dunkin' latte. Like, what are we doing? Um, so that would be my third book that I would highly, highly, highly recommend to you guys. The fourth book, this is going to be a smutty book rec for anybody who wants a paranormal smutty book rec. And Liz recommended it to me this month. I got to it. I read it in less than 15 hours. It's called Luxuria by Colette Rhodes. Is that correct?
Mhm.
You've got Nodding, you've got Claws, and you've got some just amazingness going on.
It's one of the most feral series I've ever read, like, it's truly feral.
It is so fair. She was like, it was a situation kind of like Nocticadia where she had been telling me for probably the entire time we've been friends, hey, you need to read this. And I was like, yeah, I will. I'll get there. Blah, 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 blah. And I just had not gotten there yet.
Yeah,
So,
and
and
there was
then,
just one day you were feeling stuck, I can't remember. Oh, you finished Mate, and you're like, "I need," and I was like, "I know where you could find knots."
yeah. So actually, my fifth recommendation, I'm going to two books. So it's actually going to be a fifth and sixth recommendation. I'm so sorry. Mate by Allie Hazelwood is also a very good pair. I cannot stop thinking about this book, you guys. Like, it is everything I loved in a book. Ah, there's Nodding, there's Alpha, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. So yes, Nodding by
Nodding by Ali.
Nodding. Mate by Allie Hazelwood. It is the sequel to Bride. Well, I wouldn't say it's a sequel. Same universe as Bride. Still good. And then my last book I'm going to recommend is The Archivist by T. McKell. We got to meet her in person. She is fabulous. And this is a good sci-fi romance book that I think you guys would enjoy as well. You can get that at Barnes& Noble or on Amazon and give that a read as well. So those are 6 books that if you are in a bit of a slump, that I, Liz S., would recommend. And it's now
Perfect,
your turn, Liz G.
perfect, and you ate, yeah. Okay, let me say, some of them are good books I've read, like, in the recentish past, I think everyone needs to read, and then some of them are, like, top of mind right now.
Mhm.
So, I need everyone to stop what you're doing right now and go read Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. It's this guy. Absolutely so incredible. No notes, 5 stars. I might pick it up in November and read it again before December. I told myself to wait. I don't think I can wait. It is so good. It's the ghost of Christmas past that accidentally haunts the wrong person and they fall in love.
So cute.
And I think you said something about winter with Dungeon Crawler Carl, and that led me to saying that if you have not read The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, that is a Liz G top 3 favorite book of all time.
Yes, yes.
So everyone definitely needs to do that as well. Get your tissues, wear your florals or whatever Blake Lively said.
Wear your parkas.
Whatever she said to do during the domestic violence thing, do that again. So um and one book that is still on my mind that we read this year that I want everyone to read is When Devils Sing by Zan Cowell.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Southern Gothic horror, classism, literal devils making deals. It's insane in the best way. And then one more for winter, I would say I want everyone, if you haven't already, you probably have, but if you haven't, Beach Read by Emily Henry. It's the perfect winter book. There's never been a better winter book than that. I think as time goes on, it just is my favorite Emily Henry. I don't know. It's so hard. And then for my 5th one, I think we're gonna go Nocticadia. Enough people are not reading Nocticadia, and she's right behind me. That's my Liz S. Beautiful special edition.
I am very proud. I was not confident in getting you birthday gifts. I am very proud of that birthday gift for you. I do
It's the best.
feel that I may have done my big one with that with you. Like,
It's stunning. It's stunning. It's perfect. It's the perfect dark academia. It's professor student, but not icky.
not
It's
icky
very
at
like
all.
gothic-y, rainy, Evermore, TTPD vibes. It's got like body horror grossness in it, like some really cool scientific stuff. Very slutty.
But there's a plot. There's a
Yeah.
plot with all of that mixed in, and it's just so well done.
I honestly feel like it's like dark academia first, plot second, smut third. Like,
But
it's
smut,
perfect. It's the best. The dialogue of the smut is some of the most insane
yeah,
things.
I need to read it again.
It's so good. I think that's it. Something for everyone. Don't let your
Honorable
grandma read
mention,
Wikipedia.
Soul Searching by Lila Sage just came out. You guys have to read that as well. It's right over there on her bookshelf, right there. Also, so BK, Lila, obviously. Mate.
Always BK and always Lila.
Additionally, Allie Hazelwood has dropped like 100 books in the past month. So if you are not done with, like, if you want to do more than Mate, you have a selection that you can go through.
Yeah, I did read that Vampire Slayer novella, and that was good.
I can't wait. I need to read more of hers.
It was like 90 pages, so it's called like Hot for Slayer, I think. It's on KU. It's good.
She said, I'm going to drop all my books.
She's like, you know what? I've been watching a lot of Buffy. Here you go.
You got it. Also, if you guys don't know where to get these books, you can go to sunbound.com and you can order these books and get them delivered. She also does delivery in person if you are local now.
Yep,
And
yep,
you can use code Liz and Liz to get 10% off.
yep. And that
And
is sunboundbooks.com in case
yeah,
you missed it.
yes. And also, if you guys have any recommendations that you want us to use or read, we are on all social media at Liz and Liz Get Literary except X. And we do have an email that is open for emails, Liz and Liz Get Lit at gmail.com. We always look forward to hearing from you
I
guys.
know.
And we're sorry that these episodes seem to be a little sporadic, but we can't promise we'll get back to every week, but we'll be a little bit more consistent if we can.
No, but the tea is we are both separately and or together posting 4 to 5 videos or photos a week on
Yes.
Instagram.
We are. So if you guys are only on the podcast, make sure you follow us on social media. You can see what we're getting up to and why we're not so much recording because we have so many amazing things happening. And again, thank you to everybody who follows us, supports us, messages us, comments, likes, everything you guys do gives us the recommendations. We would not be where we are without you. And we love you. So with that being said, did you have anything else, Liz G?
No, I think we covered it. This was a nice reunion. I'm ready to be back.
We're back. All right.
I'm sure that they missed us.
We will see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.